That was a good one.
It was a good one, right? And then like
the sailor then told the mermaid.
We're on.
See you next time. Oh,
so
first aid.
First aid, but before first aid. We're gonna start with our vintage aftershave of the day.
Oh!
And what do we have here, Matt? What do we have? What do we have?
Tobacco.
But look closer.
Oriental jade.
Tobacco.
My favorite.
Look
Oriental.
at this. This is Matt's favorite Oriental jade tobacco. This is not tobacco. This is tobacco. Germany, 1959.
Well, it's actually
this
the front.
Is from the late 60s by Oriental Jade. It's their tobacco. Now.
So Oriental Jade was its own company?
Yeah.
Were they in the Orient?
Well, Oriental Jade was from it was part of Dial actually, and from, believe it or not, Phoenix, Arizona. No, not at all.
No.
No.
New York.
No, I'm making all this
Right
up.
there.
God, we're gonna need to start this again.
No, let's just keep on going. New York, right there.
Yeah, it's from New York.
Okay, that's kind of the Orient. It's east.
I don't know why I'm so fixated on Phoenix, Arizona. Regardless.
Because we're from Phoenix, Arizona.
Home to shaving and muscle development. Anyways, Matt, what do you think?
I think hetero.
Slap some of that bad boy on.
Okay.
This stuff, though, it's a classic barbershop tobacco. It's so different than the tobacco. And it's rare. It's very rare, too.
I really didn't mean to do that at all. Holy shit, it smells like gas.
Gasoline.
It does smell like
Give me
gasoline.
some aspirin. Anyway, so I don't think it smells like gasoline, however. I actually think it has I think it has a classic barbershop type stank to it, if you will. You can't smell the leather in there? It's like the leather chairs inside the barbershop. I can't do a show with this guy ever. He just wrecks everything. It's like hanging out with a 5-year-old. Anyways, folks, so tobacco. Vintage tobacco by Oriental Jade. I highly recommend you get some in your collection if you can find some. And again, it's very rare, but look at that. It's like that classic flask bottle. It's got the bend there so you can keep it on your hip. You don't even know the wiser.
Wait, is there any circumstance when you would need to have aftershave on your hip? Ever?
Yeah.
When?
This is the vanity episode,
Prom night?
right?
Prom night?
Prom night, yeah.
My
Whatever.
hands are
I mean, like
stuck to the table now.
the gym. I mean, is it sticky? Oh my god! What did we just put on ourselves?
Gasoline.
Nah.
Look at this. Oh.
But it's not sticky on the skin. You know what it is?
It's that Oriental.
Vegetable glycerin.
No, it's the Orient.
It's the jade. We're jaded. I'm not selling this stuff, am I?
Well, good thing we're gonna move right
It's
along.
good stuff, folks. Pick some up. We'll get back to you during the course of the episode how it is. But
Yeah.
today we're here to talk about wet shaving first aid, as we mentioned in the introduction.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have Matt start with that because I really didn't get the memo on this. We're getting signaled off camera over here that
We just need the big. We need like the big hook. They put it on your neck and they pull it off stage.
we need one of those.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
a crook.
Sorry, that was completely unscripted. Obviously.
We're not good at that.
No. So you're getting started with wet shaving, and you are,
Well, maybe you're already in it. You've just been doing it wrong.
You are knee deep in wet shaving, and you
and puddles of blood
are forming all around your feet after you get your first nick, because of course, straight razors and safety razors are crazy dangerous.
Crazy.
Yeah. So.
Psycho. There's a throwback.
Oh! Do it again.
Psycho. Psycho.
Psycho!
Psycho.
Psycho!
Crazy. And
Okay. I just want to make sure we're still.
we're sucking at this one.
Yep. So, you got your first nick, and you're like, holy crap, I got a nick. What am I supposed to do about that?
That's what we're here to tell you about.
Never fear. We have.
Wrong bag.
Oh.
Oh wait, or maybe it's the right bag.
What do you got?
We brought some stuff for you today, folks.
we assembled some products that we thought would get you started with first aid in the den, shave den. The number one thing that we hear that happens is going to be a nick. I think it's the most common thing, you know, most times it's a weeper. And I think the age-old trick with a weeper, I hate to say it, is cold water and your finger. Because you just take it and it's kind of...
Pointed at me.
Do one of these, and you'd be surprised how effective that usually is.
I've never heard of that.
I see it all the time on people's shave of the day
No,
videos.
no, the cold water in the finger thing.
Yeah, just kind of done.
That really works?
Oh, yeah.
Cold water in a finger?
Well, the cold water is going to close up the skin. If you don't want to use cold water, or it's more severe than that, a styptic pencil also closes and tightens up the skin.
This is the bomb diggity. However...
Not bomb.
That's bomb. But this stuff will, I mean, it does have a little bit of a bite to it, but it really will seal the deal, so to speak, when it comes to a weeper. That said, this is also really great in your kitchen. You know, if you're chopping vegetables, like a cook's cooking area, whatnot. Even, maybe you're a cook at work, whatnot. Keep a styptic pencil in there too, because every now and then you get the nick from cutting carrots or whatever you're cutting. Take the stuff. It's done. Seals it right up. You're back in action.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's true. I mean, it also is a lot more glorified than the typical toilet paper put onto your face. Don't do that.
No, I wouldn't say
that.
glorified. It's just a lot more effective.
Yeah, and it's basically aluminum sulfate. So it's the same kind of thing that alum block.
Same family.
Same family. Okay. It also can help with minor irritation. If you don't have an alum block around in the same kind of family, if you get the actual stick part wet, you can kind of do one of these and rub it on in a pinch. I think this is certainly a superior product. But in
Just
a pinch,
different. They're different animals.
In a pinch, it can also help reduce irritation if you don't have an alum block.
It is
around.
awesome, and it's classic. It's tried and true.
Always have one.
And you'll see all types of new inventions and wacky stuff to do the same thing that styptic always did.
Put it in your dot bag. Make sure you take it on travel. There's nothing worse than being,
Let it air dry though before you recap it,
Yeah.
however, else it'll dissolve inside the tube.
Right. Now, another little tip is more on the after you're all done shaving, make sure to put on a balm or some kind of lotion if you have irritation. This is actually anti-irritation shaving balm, and it's going to have green tea and oatmeal. I love it. It's one of my favorite go-to products, and I found that it really reduces irritation, especially used repeatedly over multiple days. It's wondrous for your skin.
I'm realizing, as we speak, that I've forgotten a product.
What product?
Aloe vera, folks. Aloe vera. Every store nowadays sells a bottle of aloe vera gel or even juice, like in the health food section of most supermarkets, unless you're at a health food store, then things a health food store. But you will find a bottle of aloe juice or gel. One or the other, keep them in your fridge, and there's nothing better than that when it comes to like the healing qualities and energetics than the aloe itself, or even the plants. And if you have plants in your bathroom, like some people do, aloe. Be sure to have an aloe in there. Like most cooks keep one in the kitchen. Keep it in your bathroom as well, because I mean it's so soothing, it's so healing. It's nature's aftershave, if you ask me. It's nature's aftershave bomb. Whereas potassium aluminum is nature's aftershave. Aloe is nature's aftershave bomb.
Right.
And if you keep it in the fridge, it's even more refreshing when you slap it on this cool aloe vera juice or gel. Yeah, it's just magical.
Okay.
It's really magical. I highly recommend that when it comes to first aid.
Now another thing that you want to always have in your shave den, hate to say it, is a pair of tweezers.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Ingrown hairs.
Well, if you're still getting ingrown hairs as a wet shaver, something's wrong.
No, I digress. I've had ingrown hairs all the time as a wet shaver.
Something's wrong.
No, look, if you're
A little defensive, are we, Matt? Talk to me, Tweezer Man.
If you're experimenting with new blades, new soaps, new razor handles, sometimes things are not going to go perfectly.
It's true.
And that's just part of trying anything new.
Or chasing that BBS shave.
Yeah, and I had actually was chasing BBS
Confessions
shave,
of a BBS shaver.
and I was using a new razor, and I got an ingrown hair about like 2 weeks ago. And I've been wet shaving for almost 12 years.
No, that will definitely happen.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is to not fully tweeze it out, but to get it to get out of the surface. So an ingrown hair is when the hair has been cut below the skin level, and instead of coming up through nice, it is bent back around like Douglas's little hook here is pointing at.
That's your little hook. This is my little hook.
And so it's under the skin surface. But if you get your face nice and wet after a shower and it's all warm, either you can do it or have your significant other do it if you're so lucky.
Because she likes that.
My wife does.
They always do. Isn't
I know,
that
it's weird.
Yeah.
But just have them not pull it, just have them get it out of the surface, because let it just take its course and grow normally. If you pull it, then you may get another hair that comes up and it's also gonna get stuck. Just let that one.
So in theory, because tweezers beg to be tweezed, you could just use like a pin maybe too to get under there.
Yeah, like a little tiny needle. Yeah, to get underneath it and just get it out of the skin and let it grow. You can also then take your aspirin serum, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, and put that on the surface. That's also gonna help calm down that skin.
Oh, I like how you tied that in.
Thank
I was
you.
wondering how we were gonna move on.
Yeah, it calms down the skin in that area, and it's gonna help reduce inflammation and irritation, which is what we're gonna talk about next.
Yes, we're gonna teach you how to make. Now, some of you may remember this little tip and trick and hack from a video I did a while ago, but this is like a lotion or a tonic that will
Works
heal.
wonders.
It does work wonders, and that's pretty much due to the
Acetylsalicylic acid.
which it comes from.
Say that again.
I didn't say it the first time. You did.
Acetylsalicylic acid.
Say that 3 times fast.
No.
Anyways, that's the active ingredient in aspirin.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would take 1 or 2 tablets of aspirin, crush them with a spoon, powderize it, and then add
Pulverize it.
powderize it, pulverize it.
Either way.
Pulvo. Some of you get that. Anyways, you want a 1/4 cup of warm water as well. So 1/4 cup of warm water, 2 tablets of aspirin, pulverized, and a teaspoon of vegetable glycerin. Blend that together with a spoon,
That's
a
just to get
chopstick.
it to kind of be like a little oily. Or...
Yeah, it's a vehicle for it.
Okay.
And that's why I go for the 2 tablets as opposed to 1, which I've done in the past, but I think it's more potent with the 2 when you're using a 1/4 cup of water. The warm water aids in dissolving it too, so you want to whisk that together.
How about some witch hazel put into that?
You could use witch hazel.
That's what I've done before.
But if you do opt for witch hazel, use less water.
Okay.
Because you don't want it too watery.
Okay.
And this is what you would put on the ingrown hair.
It's gonna look kind of white and creamy, kind of like a balm itself.
And like Matt says, put it on after you've done the whole hook and crook thing, but you don't even need to do the, I mean, which is good, but sometimes to do it before you use the hook and crook, it brings the swelling down and makes it easier to grab that hair, I think.
Yep.
But Matt may have his own ways.
No, I think
As he often does. But
either way, I think is a great idea. The key ingredient is the aspirin, and it is an anti-inflammatory. And
it heals. It will heal. The glycerin and the aspirin and the wet hazel all synergetically will heal that as well.
I think it's another important thing to note that if you are trying a new shaving technique, or if you're new to wet shaving or trying a new handle or whatever, you may want to shave at night. I did that for a long time. I still do occasionally, just because if you do get a nick or irritation, or you do need to put on some of this, salve or balm.
Great advice, actually.
It'll sit overnight, and you wake up looking like $1 million in the morning. And sure, you may have a tiny bit of some stubble starting to come up, a little tiny shadow beginning. That looks a lot better than a big fat, red mark or big fat, nick. You're like, hey,
you have a meeting in an hour.
Yeah, don't I look great? I know how to shave. I'm trying a new thing.
Yeah. Now, straight razor. When I first started learning how to use a straight razor, I would only do it on the weekends because I knew that if I did anything wrong, I didn't have to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Except the supermarket.
Because you worked there.
And I did work there.
Yeah.
Baggage boy.
I thought another position.
He always does.
Yeah, what exactly is witch hazel? I've heard a lot about that. People using is it like same as alcohol, or what is it?
First of all, I didn't know I was going to get this question. No, witch hazel is not an alcohol, though sometimes. Well, actually, the popular version of witch hazel that you'll find in like your local pharmacy does contain alcohol, like 70% alcohol. It's pretty much it's a witch hazel tincture. So don't confuse that for actual witch hazel, which is not alcohol. Though you will see some say alcohol free. At the end of the day, they all contain alcohol because alcohol is naturally occurring within witch hazel. The only reason why I know this too is because witch hazel is one of the most studied plants in the Americas. This was given to us by the Native Americans way back when, and we found that scientifically interesting back then, and still do. It's great. They were using it for everything, but it will definitely bring down the redness, swelling. People were even using it as eye drops back in the day. They were drinking. It's used for probably 101 different things. But again, it's the most studied shrub. That's right, a shrub.
A shrubbery!
Is that a small bush?
Please, no more!
Anyways, so it's a shrub. In fact, you can actually make your own witch hazel tincture or tea. It's just all it comes down to is recognizing what a witch hazel plant looks like.
You're a witch. So, moving right along, whatever products you go with.
I was going to go into that.
Oh.
But we'll save that for some other day. It's yellow, though, I will tell you.
Make sure you have some of these products in your shave den, in your travel bag, because the last thing you want to do as a wet shaver is give us all a bad name by looking like you don't know what you're doing.
It's true. Yeah, you guys are representatives of the traditional wet shaving community. And if you get out there, you're not going to sell it with your little pieces of tissue and whatnot like that.
Don't be that
Do the right thing.
Wow, that was intense.
I'm intense.
So all these first aid tips and tricks are great, but there's some first aid that you cannot get past, meaning there's things about double-edged razors that none of this is gonna fix.
Like what?
Tetanus.
Tetanus? Like step on a rusty nail?
And for that, let's go to the experimentation laboratory.
We have a lab?
I guess we do now.
Okay.
Mythbusters!
No, we need another name. We need another name, like...
Shavebusters!
Shavebusters, that's someone else. Bithmusters. Bithmusters!
What's a myth? Science and shaving. You're science, I'm shaving.
People, we're bullshit detectors.
We're the jackasses you see on Discovery Channel.
We are not, but we're trying to emulate them. And what we're here to do...
We're both Jamie.
We're going to be... We're going to be taking apart, deconstructing myths, if you will. We're here to disabuse you. Right, Jamie?
That's right, Jamie.
Okay, tetanus. We've all heard of it. We've all known someone that it's affected in some way, shape, or form. If not physically, it has mentally. And by mentally, I mean psychologically.
Right. Yeah.
We all worried about stuff that's rusty. And typically what we say when rust is in our face, or on a razor, or on a blade, or on a rusty nail, or wired fence, or in a car, or on the bumper. What do we say? Oh, tetanus. Tetanus always comes up. Oh, don't touch that bumper.
Yeah.
Stay away from the bumper, Jamie. You might get tetanus, Jamie.
I think, Jamie, we should let the science prove out to be whatever it is. Facts.
Well, what do you have for us, Jamie?
Well, Jamie.
Tetanus. He has tetanus. No, the fact of the matter is, folks, it's not the rust.
Nope, it's the dirt in the rust.
It's true. It's C. tetani. C. tetani is what is in fact in dirt, not rust. It's just when you see a rusty nail, you can only assume that it's been outside for long enough it would take to, as much as it would. Jamie, what am I trying to say here? C. tetani. That's what's giving you tetanus, folks. Not rust.
If you see a rusty nail,
it's dirt. It comes from dirt. It's bacteria. If you see a rusty nail, tell an adult. But know that it probably doesn't necessarily have tetanus. This is science, people. Science, Jamie!
We shouldn't have drank.
And yes, we're drunk.
I shouldn't have drank.
And we're back. So,
that was fun.
tobacco. What do you think? I mean, in comparison to
I think it's
tobacco.
I think it's sticky. But you know, I was so caught up with my
Shenanigans
conundrum that I didn't even.
That's not it. That's tobacco.
I know.
Okay.
This one is so much more musky. That one was like bright. I'm not even
Barbershop.
joking. It's barbershop, but it's like kind of gasoline-y. It's kind of like that Sex Panther from Anchorman. I'm serious. It really is.
Well, you know, I gotta say about traditional tobacco, and I might have mentioned this in the past, I love the scent of tobacco as a soap, but as the aftershave, it has a different quality to it. And maybe some of you understand what I'm saying?
This one's more musky. It's
just the vehicle.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in today, folks, for yet another
Scorching
episode of I'd Lather Be Shaving.
With Doug
Please
and Matt.
like, subscribe, and comment below if you would like to win. Oh, check this out, Matt. This is going to be something else. Something different. Huh? An aftershave and deodorant. Why would you want an aftershave and deodorant? Because this stuff's going to keep the bugs off you.
Oh, okay.
Matt could use some. Outdoorsman's friend, folks. As you sweat, that's right, as you sweat, it emits the active ingredient, which will actually keep the bugs and ticks and stuff like that off you. So, comment below and win this today.
That sounds disgusting.
I know, I worded that wrong.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Don't touch me.